everybody, today I'm going to do a book review, and the book I will be reviewing today is After You by Jojo Moyes. Like my book model in there. This is like the sequel, I guess, slash companion to the book Me Before You, which I do own, but it's actually with a friend right now, so this is what it looks like. And we're just going to talk about this. I'm going to try to keep it spoiler-free as much as possible. I will say, if you definitely have not read Me Before You, do not watch this video at all, because it will definitely spoil a lot of it. I don't think I can talk about it without spoiling a little bit of it. If you haven't read Me Before You, just don't watch it. Anyway, let's talk about this book. Like I said, this is like the prequel, or like the sequel slash companion to Me Before You, which I loved. I absolutely adored it. It's one of my favorite books of the year for sure. I have a book review on it, which you can click right here to go watch. I was so looking forward to figuring out how Louisa's journey was progressing, because the book left, like, you know, it was kind of an open ending, which is a good thing, but, you know, you always want to see how these characters end up when books end, because that's just their own reaction. So when I was learning that this book was out, I just had to see how Louisa's journey ended, how it was progressing, how everything was going so far. I think maybe a year or two after Will has died, and it takes place primarily from the point of view of Louisa, and she is not so happy, and you're kind of taken aback by that, because in Me Before You, Louisa was like a burst of energy in Will's life, because he was having such a sad, tragic life that she just brought joy to it. It made everything happy, and she was just a very happy girl. And this, we get a very different side of Louisa. We get to see her still depressed, still dealing with Will's death, and just feeling the outcomings of that, feeling like her life isn't really measuring up to anything, and she just feels very not so great about her life. So it's from that, she's working at this bar in an airport, and she's just not feeling very good. And then one night she just gets drunk, plastered, after she gets home from work, and she decides to go up like on her rooftop, and she falls. Like, she hears a voice saying like, be careful, and then she falls like, I think like 7 stories or something like that. And the paramedics come, and luckily she's alive, and she recovers from that. And it's pretty much after that she starts trying to deal with her life a little bit more. She goes to this moving on circle, about like a group of people who have lost someone dear in their lives, and they're just talking about how they're moving on from that, and she makes great friends. And from there she meets Sam, actually the paramedic who helped save her when she fell. And Jake, or Sam, you think is the guys, and one of the younger guys in the group's father. That's how Louisa thinks of him. We'll talk about that more. So a romantic thing ends up with that. But first of all, what happens is she meets Lily. Lily, this weird, crazy, insane 60-year-old, comes into her life claiming that she is Will's daughter. And everyone, including me, was probably taken aback, like, what? Apparently what happened is Will and his college girlfriend at the time or something, she got pregnant. She never even bothered to tell Will at all about the kid, and now Lily's just figuring out about that, and she's trying to figure out more about her dad's side of the family and stuff like that. So Lily just comes in and just takes this book by storm. What I thought about Lily. It took me a while to really like Lily. Lily was one of those teenagers that just does everything wrong, and just, you can name it, she just is rebellious. She just, and you can feel for her, but yet you're still like, get a grip. But then you're like, well, she's a teenager, and I'm reading this as an adult, so it was very hard for me, because I was just like, you need to get your crap together. But then I'm like, she's only 16, she's going through this stuff, but still, the stuff she's going through, she should not be doing at all. And her mom, I think, had a big part of that, because her mom just didn't really care. She was just like, this is what she does. She didn't even really try, I think, to have a good relationship with her. I mean, she kept her father from her for like 16 years of her life, for goodness sake. So there's that aspect where I could understand what Lily was rebelling and doing all these horrible things, but then there's a chunk of me that was like, you can be better. You can choose to be better, and you could choose not to drink and do all this crazy stuff. You know, don't make your life horrible when you're 16. You have things to do. But I think Louisa really helped Lily out with that. You know, Louisa was really great with Lily. I thought that she thought that this was her way to show, like, this was like a new light in her life, that Will was gone, but a piece of Will is still with her, and she thought she had to take care of her, and she had to do all these things. And I thought Louisa was just so amazing. I loved watching the relationship and how it blossomed, and how it was very rough at times, and just by the ending I was very happy with the transformation Lily had made. I was really satisfied with her. I was like, this is just awesome. I loved reading about her transformation and how she finally at the end, you know, got her crap together. Was like, I need to go to school. I'm gonna live with my new grandma on the weekends. Everything's okay. I really enjoyed reading about Lily. I just thought that it was just a very nice full circle with Lily. So I really loved that. Now that whole thing, am I gonna keep the spoiler free or not? I don't know. The whole thing with Lily and that guy and that picture, that was just crazy whirlwind. I was like, whoa, that was crazy. I don't know if that needed to be in there. I think that was some of the reason why Lily was doing awful things, which made everything understandable, but that was just crazy. Let's talk about Louisa and Sam. Now Sam, I love the character of Sam. I think he was a great, strong character that Louisa needed in her life. You know, he's a solid guy. He was a strong guy that was also gentle, and he was just very, very awesome. I love their relationship. I love how it blossomed, and I love how it ended. I thought it was just very, very nice. And I love that even they had that big patch of problems where he was like, you need to work this out. You need to figure out, do you want to be with me? I don't want to be with somebody that whole thing. And oh, also, this is a spoiler. Did anyone not see? I was for sure that Sam was Jake's father. Like, I was like, Louisa, he's Jake's father. He must be. And then when we figured out who's uncle, I was like, what? Like, I was not expecting that. Was I the only one that was not expecting that? Because I was just like, what the heck? I thought you were his dad. But everything made so much more sense after finding out his uncle, and you're like, oh. And then we have Louisa with this job in New York, and this is a second chance for her to take her life and like do something better with it, not live in this crappy apartment and not work in this crappy bar in the airport. And you want her to get that job, and you're rooting for her, but she's holding back because of first Lily and her problems, then Sam when he got injured, which was crazy, by the way. That whole injury thing, whoa, crazy, crazy stuff reading that. I was so happy she decided to do things at the end, but yeah. Overall, I like this book. I did not like it nearly as much as Me Before You. Me Before You was such a solid, such an amazing, beautiful story. After You was okay. I do not feel like it warrants a 5 stars for me. I really feel like, if I'm being honest of what I would rate it, I would rate it a 3.5 to 4. I just didn't love it as much as Me Before You, which often happens with sequels or, you know, companions, because you love that original story so, so much, and then the second one kind of doesn't live up to it. And that's how I felt with this. I liked it. I really did like it. I will not say I loved it. This is not one of my favorites of the years by far. It was pretty good. If I could give it like that, it wasn't okay, it wasn't crappy, it wasn't amazing, it was pretty good. That's what I would honestly rate it. So I don't know if I'm the only one. I think on Goodreads there's a lot of mixed people. There's people that really, really like it, people that are like pretty good with me, and there's people that really don't like it. If you've read this book, what do you think? Do you feel like it was really good, like it lived up to Me Before You, or it was just subpar? You know, I really was happy seeing Louisa's journey and how she progressed, you know, how she struggled for a long time after Will's death to finally letting him go, which that was a beautiful thing at the very end of the book, where all the circle got together and kind of, you know, said their last goodbyes that they were trying to finally let go, and that was just a beautiful thing with the balloon, with Louisa. I thought that was just very heartwarming, and it was just very, very good. Ending then, it was really good. You know, it's still kind of an open ending about her going to New York and her relationship with Sam, if that's going to work out. I have high hopes. I feel like Louisa's finally on the right road to recovery, to dealing with Will's death, to letting him go, to just trying to live her life and making the best decisions for herself, you know, finally, because throughout this whole book, she's really trying to focus on Lily and her relationship with her and helping her get in touch with Will's family, which I thought was amazing. But in the back of my mind, I was like, you need to help take care of yourself, because you're not doing a lot of good stuff right now. You're falling down. I liked it. I didn't love it. That's just how I feel about it. I don't know. I feel bad for saying that because I love Me Before You so, so much, but that's just how I feel with this one. I love it. I feel horrible, but that's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess. But talked literally for hours about this already, and I feel like I just talked That's just how I talk to people. If you have read this, please let me know what your thoughts are down below, because I would love to know what you think of it. Like, did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Like, what do you think? I really would love to know. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe. I will leave a thing right here and down below, and give this video a thumbs up, and I will talk to you later. Bye.